Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We are fully in earnings season right now and have a bunch of stories from that as part of our headlines today. Kicking off, Amazon is looking to give agency to Alexa. During yesterday's earnings call, Amazon CEO Andy Jassy hinted at an agentic version of the company's virtual assistant. He said, "I think the next generation of these assistants in generative AI applications will be better at not just answering questions and summarizing, index, and aggregating data, but also taking actions. And you can imagine us being pretty good at that with Alexa." Jassy confirmed that efforts are still ongoing to, quote, re-architect the brain of Alexa, a process that includes a new set of foundation models that the company is planning to reveal in the near future. Efforts to build an AI-powered Alexa were first revealed back in 2023 with prototypes using models supplied by Anthropic. In practice, we haven't seen much of this iteration of the project, save for an unreleased version that struggled to turn on smart lights and was painfully slow. The new build, which is internally codenamed Remarkable Alexa, which is so painfully cringe, will reportedly cost between $5 and $10 per month, alongside a stripped-back free version. It was originally slated for an October release, but Bloomberg reports that the timeline has shifted into next year. Earlier this week, Bloomberg chronicled some of the difficulties that have held back the launch of an AI-powered Alexa. They noted that Amazon is facing a fundamentally different problem than other AI labs. Bloomberg writes, "Users toying with ChatGPT expected to make mistakes. If Amazon turned on its LLM brains and Alexa began spewing provocative answers, it could turn into a fiasco for Jassy, given the huge portion of kids and families that use Echo hardware." And this is a really interesting counterpoint to the fact that these big tech companies have such big distribution. Yes, Alexa has a huge number of built-in devices, but the stakes are also higher. The expectation and how accurate AI has to be is just higher when it comes to a device that's already installed and integrated into your life than from some new thing that you're just trying to figure out how much you're going to trust it or not. Overall, big tech earnings this week revealed a lot about how Wall Street is feeling about AI. All of the public hyperscalers have now reported quarterly financials, and the response was somewhat of a mixed bag. Google saw a positive response earlier in the week, with investors liking strong growth in cloud revenue, and Sundar Pichai's statement that 1/4 of internal code is now being generated by artificial intelligence. On Wednesday, though, Meta and Microsoft each saw negative responses for their own reasons. For Meta, the story continues to be about massive investment with too little to show for it. The company is set to hit $100 billion in costs across all divisions this year, with around $6 billion going to AI research and infrastructure. The company is generally showing solid growth, with quarterly revenue at a record high $40 billion, up 19% from this time last year. Slightly slower than the 22% growth they posted last quarter, but still a solid pace. The escalating investment cost is what's starting to concern investors. Remember, Meta is just coming out of a period of intense belt-tightening. The company was criticized for overspending on their virtual reality division, which was such a large bet that it of course prompted a name change. That division has struggled to deliver a return on investment and is still posting over $4 billion in quarterly losses. Zuckerberg was forced to face that music in late 2022, signaling a year of efficiency, his words, conducting multiple rounds of layoffs and cutting way back on investment spending. That era is clearly over, with Zuckerberg stating during the earnings call, "Our AI investments continue to require serious infrastructure, and I expect to continue investing significantly there." The company guided, quote, "A significant acceleration in infrastructure expense growth next year as we recognize higher growth in depreciation and operating expenses of our expanded infrastructure fleet." Meta is somewhat unique among the hyperscalers in that they don't have a cloud division that is clearly reaping the benefit of AI adoption. Instead, the company needs to show a return on this massive spend through metrics like time on platform and advertising efficiency. They did attribute an 8% increase in engagement time on Facebook and 6% on Instagram to AI-powered feeds, but investors are still skeptical. Brian Mulberry of Zacks Investment Management said, "There's been an enormous amount of capital spent on developing AI, looking very specifically to see who is monetizing it, who's actually giving a return on investment, and what does it look like." Microsoft, meanwhile, is in a slightly different position. The company showed strong growth in their cloud division, which is capturing the lion's share of AI gains. The group grew by 33%, far above expectations. CapEx for the quarter were almost $15 billion, which came in above expectations and was a 50% jump from last year. CEO Satya Nadella said, "Our AI business is on track to surpass an annual revenue run rate of $10 billion next quarter, which will make it the fastest business in our history to reach this milestone." Still, the company also admitted that Azure Cloud is basically at capacity and the company needs to construct more data centers to expand. Apple was a little lackluster, with the stock falling in after-hours trading. They reported revenue at an all-time high, propelled by a modest rebound in iPhone sales growing by 6%, but the problem is that Apple doesn't see a big jump in sales coming. They guided low to mid-single-digit sales growth for the December quarter, and these were supposed to be the 2 quarters where Apple demonstrates that AI can drive an upgrade cycle. So far, consumers have not responded to Apple Intelligence as a must-have feature, but as we've talked about a number of times, features are barely there so far. One thing to note is that with all of these companies, the results were extremely positive by traditional metrics. Basically, the bigger shift is what Wall Street expects and how much it's about real ROI now versus the promises of future returns. Still, as much as Wall Street is in small ways punishing companies for high capital expenditures, it's pretty clear whether overinvestment or underinvestment is worse. Shauna Sissel, the president and CEO of Banrion Capital Management, said, "The CEO of a tech company is much more likely to get fired for not spending enough on AI versus spending too much. Because right now, that's the deciding factor." Anyways, that is going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief Headlines edition. Next up, the main episode.